Wow, good morning, Noveneers. It feels like it's been forever. I am missing every single one of you so very much. I miss seeing you playing, watching you working. I miss hearing the laughter. I definitely miss seeing you all playing out on the playground. Every time I've driven past the school and I see an empty playground, I think of all the fun things that happen on that playground and the obstacle course and bicycles and soccer matches and basketball. And I just can't wait until we're all back to school and doing all of those wonderful, exciting, and amazing things again. So I figured, seeing we haven't had assembly for a while, I would send you this video. It's our own kind of virtual online assembly. This morning, I want to share a lovely clip that I found, and it's on something called resilience. Now, that sounds like quite a big word, but maybe by the end of this, you'll be able to explain what resilience is. So, I am going to make my picture smaller, and we are going to go on to here. Right. So, resilience really is about being always growing. And let's watch this little clip about Scarlett and see what we can learn and understand about resilience.
Hold my breath, hush my head, count my steps. I need this more than ever. Might feel strange, but I'm not afraid. Every day I try but can't forget it. Hey, I need a new way. That's just a give and take. Make mistakes, keep on hoping. Hoping for the day I'll fly high. As long as my heart is open, I know I can keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going. My heart is open, I know I can keep on going. Keep on going. Keep on going. My heart is open, I know I can keep on going. Keep on going.
Wow, that was really beautiful. And what a lovely story about a little girl who was sad because something sad happened to her and she lost part of her leg and she couldn't do, well, she thought she couldn't do some of the things that other children could do. And if we think about it, sometimes bad things happen and sad things happen. And sometimes we're feeling scared, and sometimes we just don't like what's happened around us. Like, for example, a lot of us don't like the fact that we have to stay at home and, we can't go to work and we can't go to school. And it doesn't feel great and it doesn't make us feel happy. But what resilience is knowing that you just never give up and that you just believe that you can do things and they'll get better. And like the video said, that hope of knowing that we will get through this and it will all be okay. And in the end, we'll be able to do all the things that we were able to do before. That even when it really does not seem great and it really feels scary and unpleasant and things feel different from how they used to be, that if we just keep going, that we will get through this and we will get through this together. So, what I want to share with you now is some tips and ways that we can become resilient and we can remember that video and remember the lessons that we learnt from that little girl, Scarlett. And let me just move myself out the way. Do, do, do. Make it a little bit smaller. All right, there I am. And Mrs. Pienaar, you're going to go. Yes, why is it not wanting me to move? There we go. Okay, now, Mrs. Pienaar, you stay in there. Okay, so what are the things that we can do? What are the tips for resilience? Firstly, it's to be thankful that even though things don't seem great and things are different and we can't do the things that we would like to do, we really do have a lot to be thankful for. So, for example, yesterday when Mrs. Pienaar was out at the shops and the queues were long and wow, I thought they were never going to end. And instead of being grumpy about it and grumpy about all the thousands of people that were also at the shop, I had to be thankful. I had to be thankful that I am able to go to the shop and that I can get in my car and I can drive to the shop and I can get the food and the groceries that I need for my family. That is something that not everybody can do. And even though I had to stand in very long queues, I was very thankful that I could do that. And this is part of servant leadership that we speak about at Nova Pioneer, that a servant leader doesn't get cross about the things that they can't do. Instead, what a servant leader does is says, you know what, I'm thankful for what I can do. And I'm going to look around and I'm going to see if I can help others. So you remember at the end of the video, the little girl found a little boy sitting on the bench, very sad. And even though he had both his legs, there must have been something else that was making him sad. So Scarlett was a servant leader and she sat with him. And instead of worrying about her own problems and worrying about the fact that she only had one leg, she took servant leadership and sat next to him and spoke to him. And she was a friend to him. And that's a very important part of being resilient, that we look around us and we look to see how we can help others, how we can be thankful for all the wonderful things that we do have. The next tip for resilience is to work hard. Now, remember in the video, Scarlett didn't just put on her ballet tutu and suddenly she was like the best dancer in the world. No, she had to work hard. She had to practice, practice, practice. And to be a resilient person, you can't give up. You have to have high expectations for yourself and say, I am going to do this. Nothing's going to stop me. It is going to be okay because I believe it's going to be okay. But she couldn't just sit on her bed and expect to become a good dancer. No, she had to get up and she had to do it. She had to practice even when it was hard and she fell over and she was sad. She got back up again. And that's also always growing. And we'll talk about that in a bit. Right. Another way to be resilient is to ask for help. Think of a time when you found something hard and you asked for help. Isn't it great when someone comes and you can be greater together? It just makes it easier. In the video, we saw Scarlett. She was on the floor and feeling sad, and her mom came to help her. And her mom helped her and encouraged her. And we don't have to be resilient alone. We can ask for help when we're feeling sad or when we're feeling scared. We can just reach out to somebody close to us, a brother, a sister, a parent, a teacher, when we're all back together. But we are better when we are together, and we can do more together. So always ask for help when you're feeling that things are not going very well. Oopsie, I'm running ahead of myself here. The next one is don't give up. You would have seen that Scarlett did not give up. Every time she fell over, she got back up and she carried on again. And you have to be solutions first if you're not going to give up. Because when a problem comes along, if you just give up, then you're not going to be resilient. Not giving up is one of the most important parts of becoming a resilient person. And that does mean that we have to be solutions first. Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, focus on how we can fix it. What can you do to make things better? So, for example, if we're all at home, don't give up and just be like, oh, well, I'm stuck here for 21 days. There's nothing I could do. No, there are so many things you can do. You can help your parents. You can help your siblings. You can practice things that you just haven't been able to practice. If you're learning the guitar, you can practice your guitar. Just don't give up. Always remember the amazing things that you are capable of and just keep going. And then believe in yourself. Believe that you can do amazing things. Have high expectations for yourself. Know that you can do it. Tell yourself, I am amazing. I am smart. I am funny. I am kind. I am caring. When you believe in yourself, you will believe that you can get back up and you can do these things even when it does not feel easy. And that means that you say to yourself, I am always growing. Okay, maybe in the beginning, Scarlett couldn't do ballet, but she believed in herself. And that means that she was always growing. Just because she fell down the first time doesn't mean that she's not a good dancer. No, because an always growing person says, okay, how did I fall down? Why did I fall down? Let's keep practicing. Let me ask for help. Let me keep working hard and let me be always growing because I am amazing and I know that I can do this. And that, my children, is some very simple ideas on how we can be always growing and resilient. And the best of all, my favorite one, is laugh. Look for the joy in all the new things you are learning. Tell jokes, share jokes. You probably won't know this because you shouldn't really be on social media, but a lot of South Africans are sharing memes and jokes about these times that we're living in now. Not because they don't think it's important and they don't think it's serious, but because they know that laughter makes you feel better. That when we find the joy, even in the things that are hard, it makes us resilient. It means that we bounce back and we can do it. If you think of a hairband or a rubber band, no matter what you do, you cannot change the shape of that band. You cannot take an elastic and change it into something else. And that's what resilience is. That if we are all of these things that we've learnt about today, and we believe that it's going to be okay, and we laugh and we just joyful and happy together, nothing's going to change who we are. The difficult circumstances that we're in it's not going to change what's inside our hearts and who we are and the wonderful things that we can achieve as a country, as families, and as Noveneers. So I hope that you all take some time to maybe even watch the video of Scarlett again and see how wonderful it can be for us if we are resilient and we believe that everything's going to be fine and we just keep going. Now, Noveneers, the next thing, and let me move my face away from Where am I going to put myself? Okay, there I am. Now, we have had quite a few birthdays happening. Here on the screen, you can see, let me see if I can hide that. We can see the names of all of our Noveneer friends that have had a birthday since the last assembly. And these are Noveneer friends. Some of them's birthday is still coming up. For example, I know Amatle's birthday is coming up on Sunday, and some of our other friends here are still going to have their birthdays. But children, I hope that your birthday has been or will be absolutely amazing. I'm sure that your most important people in the world are your family, and they'll be around you. And we are sending you lots of Nova Pioneer love and happy birthday wishes. And we hope that you enjoy your day. And as we say here at Nova Pioneer, hippie, hippie, ray, ray, hippie, hippie, ray. Hope you have a happy birthday. Now, the next slide is the staff birthdays, because as you know, we make the teachers come up at assembly when it's been their birthdays. So these are teachers that have had birthdays since our last assembly and since we have been self-isolating at home. And still coming up, we have 3 more birthdays coming up very shortly. The sad thing is that I haven't been able to have any cake because we haven't been at school. Maybe we'll have lots of cake when we get back to school. So to our staff members and our teammates, we hope that you have had a wonderful birthday, and that if your birthday is still coming up, that it is wonderful and special. And we're sorry we can't spend birthdays with any of our Noveneers, but we hope that it's been great. Well, children, that brings us near the end of our assembly today. But no assembly is complete if we haven't sung our Nova roll. If we haven't sung our Friday song. So let's see if you can all join me in singing the Friday song. Right, are we ready? And so glad it's Friday. So glad it's Friday. So glad it's Friday. Woo! Day. Woo! Been working hard all week. Our brains are strong, not weak. It's time to celebrate, 'cause we are just so great. So glad it's Friday. So glad it's Friday. So glad it's Friday. Woo! Day. Oh! Well, I certainly hope that you're all singing that with me, because otherwise that would feel a little bit strange. And that brings me onto the last part of our assembly this morning, and that is we are going to have a Nova Roll challenge, because assembly is not finished if we haven't done the Nova Roll. Now, I know that you all know the Nova Roll. I know your parents also know the Nova Roll. So, this Noveneers is your challenge. I would love you to video yourself doing the Nova Roll. You can do it with your family. You can dress up. You can do anything you want. You can use instruments. What I want to see are the creative and fun ways that you can do the Nova Roll. Then please send me your videos and I will share some of them out with all of our Noveneers. Who knows? Maybe if your parents say it's okay, we could even put your Nova Roll on our Facebook page. But even if you don't want to go on the Facebook page, please send me your Nova Rolls. I would really love to see them. So everybody, this is Mrs. Pienaar signing off for our first virtual assembly. I hope that you are all keeping well and you are keeping safe. I am missing you so much, but I know that this is just something we need to do to keep everybody safe. So my Noveneers, keep well. Please get your parents to email me those videos of the Nova Roll, and I look forward to seeing you all online very soon. Goodbye.